You've always think big. I just wanted to roast a marshmallow.
Overlooking the world. You can see for miles, miles and miles and miles and miles. But it's all the same. It's all one thing. What you want to do is to feel your connection with the earth first. Take it down to your feet and feel them root into the ground. Now turn 180 degrees around and face Thunder Rock. And feel the sun. And now roll your eyes upward and inward towards the center of your forehead. And let the light of the sun sink in. Now, your toes are going to grab the earth. And the knife edge that you used back in Taekwondo days to kick people with, they're going to press into the earth as you spread your legs out. And you feel that power, that solidity now of the earth. Now bring your feet back to straight flat. And pull your butt in and straighten out that last little part of the spine. And you want to concentrate there for just a moment until you can feel the power of the earth right there. You're flexing your thighs, you're flexing your calves, you're flexing all of the ligaments in your legs now, and you're breathing deep. You're looking for one breath a minute. That's your goal. Ultimately, you'll get to where you can do one breath about every 3 minutes. But you have to start practicing breath control somewhere. And this is a really good place to do it. If you are holding your hands in the fire palm position, now just drop them. And as you drop them, you'll feel your shoulders drop. Now you've got your base chakra now rooted to the ground. Now you're going to free your upper body. You're going to let all of the tension in it just go away. Just move however you need to shake out the tension. But keep that root. Make sure you keep that root. Feel your feet, feel your toes grabbing the earth. All tensions out of your shoulder. Now, as you breathe in, you're relaxing your abdomen to a point, and then you're expanding it. And as you breathe out, now you want to flex your stomach muscles. And you want to feel the bands around your body to where they anchor in the spine. Those bands of muscles. You want to feel them. Still no tension in your shoulders. But now as you exhale, you're tightening your entire abdomen to the point where you're exhaling the very last part of breath that you have in your lungs or anywhere else. You're getting it out. And then relaxing and the air comes back in. Have you still got your eyes anchored in the center of your forehead? Do you still feel the warmth of the sun coming in? Do you feel the light? That strange light that somehow you can see through the bone in your skull? It's an amazing thing. That's the 12th chakra. That's the one that connects you to the great white light, some call it. Maintaining tension in your lower body while relaxing your shoulders and concentrating on breathing is going to be the beginning of spine control, the spinal power. Now, just very, very slowly begin twisting your upper torso. And do that without allowing any tension to enter your shoulders. You're isolating your body and learning to love each part of it. And just turning as far as you can go without losing that root that you've built between your feet and the earth. Okay, now stop when you get dead center. And we're going to do the spine stretch. You're going to lose track of the sun here for a minute. So as you do that, start concentrating from the top down. As you breathe out the first time, allow your head to dip. And as you breathe in, feel the difference in your upper vertebrae. Feel any tensions that may have developed in your shoulders and let them go. And continue there until you feel confident that that first set of vertebrae is nice and relaxed. And then in the next breath, allow your body to collapse just a little bit more. And each breath, you can adjust how each of your vertebrae feels. You can move your spine back and forth by moving your hips. But hang on to that root in the earth, because now you're going to need it for equilibrium. As you're getting into a different place in your equilibrium where you can't get a visual fix on it. So it has to be internal. And as you breathe out, just continue to go down as you're comfortable with it. If you get a place where you're hurting bad, then stop. As long as you can keep going, do. And you can go from side to side now, as long as you're holding on to that root. Now you can really start playing with your breath. Once you get about half of your spine down, then you can feel the deeper you breathe, the lower your spine vertebrae stretch. And just keep going down until you reach the end of your comfort zone. Whatever that is. Everybody's individual, so it doesn't matter if you can go all the way to the ground or if you can only go to your knees or wherever. Just do the best you can. And by the time your upper body is hanging over your root, you'll feel the ligaments in the back of your legs stretching. You'll feel the entire lower part around your kidneys and everything. You'll feel all that stretching out and providing space for nerves and stuff like that, you know, so that they're not pinched off and operate freely. So the bottom, when you get to the bottom, you have a place to play. And here you can just move as freely as you want, and just allow all the tension to go out of your shoulders, out of your arms, out of your hands, everything. Just allow the tension to dissipate back into the earth. And now you can stay here as long as you care to. If you pass out, you won't have far to fall. But if you feel yourself starting to get dizzy or starting to lose connection, then you can just bend your legs, bend your knees until your elbows touch. And then straighten back up slowly. And allow your thumbs to align with the center of your trousers, center of your legs. And now you can reconnect with the sun and breathe. And once again, in this position, you can hang out forever. You can meditate here, you can sleep here. That's why I call it the sleeping horse. That triangle that locks your body down from the hip girdle, from the coccyx, from the lowest chakra, whatever you want to call that. That enables you to just stand effortlessly so long as you desire. But that should end my part of this. Y'all can continue as long as you care to. Oh, guess what? We've been filming the sky. Somebody wasn't paying attention.
I'm sorry, it's all my fault.
Yeah.
Sorry, it'll never happen again, sir.
Okay, we'll horsewhip you then.
Thank you, sir.
Actually, I'm going to have to take responsibility. That's right. See, now nobody knows what I did but you. That's a good one, isn't it? This part we're not going to share. How do you feel?
Good, more alive again.
Okay, I'm going to tell you a little more about that. What you were just doing. And this time I'll make sure that we're on. Okay, I'll do this from the side. So we're right back where we were. And now let's take it back about let's see how many notches to where we're down here and we go here. Okay, right about there. If you come up and just place your hands as high up your thighs as you can, right at your hip girdle, and now you're going to press out like doing a bar dip, and now you're going to let your bottom part of your spine relax. You feel the stress on there? Right down at the base of your spine, do you feel that? Now you need more pressure. Yeah. Yeah, you feeling it?
Actually, it makes my aching feet feel better. It's taking the tension out of my feet.
Well, it's a different triangle.
Because after that first end of the spinal stretch, like the bottoms and soles of my feet were just like aching from all the grabbing and the tension and stuff like that. And just doing that just completely moved it away. Like now they don't hurt at all.
So that was where the residuals was in your feet, huh?
Yep, right at the very bottom of the soles.
How do your shoulders feel, Joe?
A lot better than they did when I woke up.
Very good. What do you think, Carissa?
It feels good on my back.
Lower or upper?
Both.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Self-chiropractic is a necessity, unfortunately. You know, it would be nice to have a chiropractor in your backyard and a KunTao Silat teacher both. And, you know, a candlestick maker. But since you don't,
To begin with, if you don't know what you're doing to begin with.
there is that. There is that. And that's why I hope each of you will take the time to video and explain the things that you know and understand. You know, because people need to hear it from different perspectives. You know, how many women do we have in KunTao Silat, Carissa?
Including her.
Yeah, you know, what a shame. I mean, women should eat this up. You know, because they can dance, you know.
I'm trying to tell like the nurses at my work, this is exactly what you need to be doing because it just takes so little energy to truly devastate somebody.
Oh yeah, but it takes so much energy to learn it. Expend it over a lifetime.
Yeah.
You know.
I'd like to get them excited first, drag them in slowly.
Right. Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, well let's go on to whatever's next. What do you think? Any questions, Joe?
I like it.
Me too. I love it. Hey, we're still in. That is a start towards alignment. And if you maintain your structure, if you stand up straight, ride tall in the saddle, shoot straight, tell the truth, and let the cards drop where they will, then you got the coat of the West down. And by God, you'll be healthy and happy forever. Riding them ranges. So, the alignment, starting here, then becomes a little different animal over here. Because as you breathe, you're gonna feel that you've lost this connection, but you haven't. You're just changing where that breath goes. I mean, where the alignment goes. It's virtually the same when you look. You know, there it is, the breath. And just stay there until you feel it. Lock into that. Because this is going to be your entering position. Go ahead and put your hands together as though you're doing the Silat greeting. And press your hands together as hard as you can. And from close in, move your hands out until they're forced to spread so that you have a triangle with your fingertips and your thumbs together. Now there, you must have tension in your shoulders. If it was Tai Chi you were learning, you would do this for hours. Little forward, Carissa. little forward. There you go. There you go. Yeah, absolutely, Joe. You can experiment with that. But what you want is your spine straight if you can get it that way. You want to feel your spine straight, and you want to have some tension. This is shields up position. You're going into battle. So you want armor. This is all armor. And you want to feel that. Okay, now bring the arms in until the hands come completely together and turn into a horse stance. Doesn't have to be low. It can be high. It can be any aspect of it. And you actually want to have all aspects of movement in a horse stance. It feels like your butt's hanging out.
It is. Here it is. Whoa. Apparently you were right. Oh, mamma mia.
Yeah, that sucks, doesn't it? Okay, well, let's go to the next one then. The same thing with the turn, and you're going to dynamic tension out, and you're going to lock in that position, and breathe. And then come back to center. And then up and shake it out. Just let that relax. 'Cause man, you just put your upper body through some stress. Eh? Eh?
That's right, eh?
Charles Atlas would be proud of me. You know, I ordered his course. And I finished, I wrote him a letter. And I said, "Dear Mr. Atlas, I've finished your course. Would you please send me my muscles?" Never could tell a joke. Opinions. What are you feeling?
My legs hurt, but I have a question though. On when we turn, is the leg completely straight or is it bent a little?
Oh, it's always bent. Your legs are always bent a little bit.
Because I feel like I'm losing the tension in my heel when I turn. I know I'm doing something.
Well, that's part of that is going to come with ligament stretching. You know, when you're all the way over in your horse, did you feel your the back of your legs stretching?
Yeah.
That will change that. See, your heel needs to be rooted as see, once again, you're looking at a triangle. You know, it's really obtuse, I guess you'd have to say. But if you're looking from here to here, then that would be the triangular point. And that's really your foundation and your extension. You can't go any further than that and still have the power to withstand a couple of 100 pounds of meat coming at you.
Right. So part of if I understood what you said, part of the reason why you don't lock it, make it straight and keep it a little bent, is that it gives you the ability to keep the roots back there.
Yes.
Essentially.
And to absorb what's coming in.
Yeah.
See, that gives you the ability to rock. And of course, you've already been rocking and rolling with your combined. See, so you understand the difference between that leg straightened when you're delivering power or compressed when you're receiving power. So in not locking it, even at its furthest extension, then you're not snapping that joint. You know the way people do karate kicks? Woo! Bad on the knees. Bad. Does that answer that question?
Yeah.
could feel the workout. It's like as we know, one of my things I'm beginning to work on is horse stance in the correct posture so that the legs and the knees become stronger and stronger over time. And I realized I was playing with this last night in the dark. I was playing with standing in this posture, but then now that you also add, I didn't understand the dynamic tension aspect before of this part, and then having it, maintaining the dynamic tension here, and then the benefit of holding this for as long as I can.
And what do you see as the benefit of that?
It's strength. It's also, it gives another dimension of strengthening the legs and the root, and building into my body this correct posture when I'm actually doing something. It'll be more natural.
Well, you're in a pretty precarious place.
Yeah, that's okay.
Never feel bad about a little adjustment.
Yeah.
Never feel bad.
Yeah.
So
no.
rather than number 4 in the stance set, which that's basically that exercise, like we were doing the whole stance exercise.
Oh yeah.
So that's all done dynamic tension.
Yes, absolutely. It should be. Yes, absolutely.
Okay, because a lot of times, like when you see it on camera, you won't pick up like the dynamic tension part of it on film.
Right. I know. And see that's part of why I want to address questions. Because I don't know what I'm not explaining.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I totally, it's the same.
Let's just do this.
Right.
Like I show up at Willem's joint and he'd say, okay, we're going to do this. Okay, we do this. And then, okay, we're going to do this. And then the tool chest. And, what do you can learn that way?
And jump off that roof for me.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other part that I noticed in the first part, where we were doing the eyes up here and everything, I had a deeper appreciation of the energy work that's going on. I knew it was there before. I knew that this creates, like we talked very briefly last night, that when you start doing the stuff you've been showing and is on the Vimeo from last year's family gathering, you did that warm-up, I could see, oh, this is Qigong as well. But I also I started to get, it's more Qigong than I thought it was because of the way you described it. And the whole thing with this up here, this is a really huge thing. It's
our connection with the Creator.
Exactly. It's
like
the beginning and the end of everything. Yeah, and so I was appreciating standing here and doing the Qigong aspect of it, the energy work aspect of it, deeper than I did before. I got it before, but this time I oh shit, whoa, this is really strong.
Well, yeah, and you're facing into the sun, so
you're
I mean, it magnifies the brain activity somehow.
Totally.
I don't know exactly how that works, but I know it does.
Yeah, you're so this is a new level of this shit is good. Basically,
Yeah.
And now it's easier for me to do more this stuff, the warm-up stuff more consistently, just for me, because I get it on the energy level at a new way. So I'm really stoked.
Excellent.
In my understated Canadian way.
Well, that's about as close as you're going to get to the truth.
Oh, for sure, eh? Oh, yeah, right, hoser.
Well, you're absolutely spot on, and you can probably explain all that better than I can. So I may put you on camera later.
Sure, if you want, whatever you say.
Well, so that whole spinal stretch exercise and the meditation, is that Chang stuff?
It's mine.
That's great.
I give Chang credit for explaining a lot of things to me, but I see things in whole pictures. That's why I like being out here. All my life I went up on the top of mountains so that I could see. I wanted to see how big the world was. And I got to go to the South Pole and spend 30 days, you know, between islands and stuff, you know, a 6-month trip to the South Pole and back. Then I got to go to Alaska and ride my motorcycle all the way through the Yukon Territory, down the coast, and across to Florida. So I got to see how huge the world was. So that's where I'm stuck. But when somebody comes along that can see the big picture and understand the nuances of it and be able to explain them, wow, that's gold. So, I mean, every part of it that you get clearly and can explain to people, it can't do anything but help the group. You know, what I want to do ultimately is have an online library that serious students can come in and study diligently. Man, you're always online. You know, Steven in Italy, always online. I mean, working.
Yes.
Even Tim comes online from time to time. And of course, you two will be online.
Yeah, it seems most of the time I'm online, I'm always in class for school. I'm in school full time, so.
And you come online from school?
Well, no, because it's all online school. And so, like right now, we're doing like A&P, and I have 2 semesters of A&P to learn to sit for the college exam in 8 weeks. So between like that and then micro, which is, you know, like an entire semester where we have to learn all that in only 5 weeks. So it's like anytime I'm online, it's always either taking exams, studying, you know, outside of my full-time job, my part-time job, and the kids.
The children, you mean?
So if I'm getting online, like to do that, you know, you can guarantee like it's late at night, everybody's asleep. I'm like the only one around. 'Cause otherwise it's not happening.
Well, you know, the couple of people have told me that your session from last year really helped them.
Great.
Because the basics are such a bitch.
I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, so was I. You know, I think that I'm failing somehow here because
You can't
so few people
underestimate
make it
that.
past level 1.
You can't like underestimate the importance of level 1 because none of the other levels fit together if you don't get that one.
Right. You know, it's kind of like, why even bother? If you don't want to do level 1, then, you know, go do karate or tai chi or something.
Well,
you
I
know?
think they have this idea that level 1's kind of like getting a white belt in karate, and it's not at all. It's totally
Level 1
totally
is
different.
Level 1 is the advanced stuff.
It is. It's setting the stage for what you're going to be doing the rest of your life as constant practice. You know, because you can't get good if you don't practice, and if you have to wait till you go to the gym or the dojo to practice, then, I mean, see how that would impede your progress?
Well, and I'm going to wait till you're at least 3rd-degree black belt before I'm going to teach you anything internal.
Yeah.
So you'll understand how to use it.
Right. Well, you know,
Yeah.
hey, I bought into that for years. That's why I didn't teach any of the Chang stuff early on. You know, I thought people had to earn that. You know, but the problem with that philosophy is there's a lot of people that need it now
Well, right, because
that can't make it through
how do you
Malabar.
practice